So Chelsea Football Club dropping points again. Coach, not the best of starts for Maresca. I thought that after getting that goal, after playing pretty good football on the day, again, just, man.
Again,
flat.
No, you see, again, another manager who needs time, because this is
third game?
Yeah. Premier League game.
Yeah.
Ever. So you need to give him some breathing space. But my only problem is the manner in which they tend to make life extremely difficult for themselves, where they have to score 2 or more goals to win football games.
Yeah.
At some point in time, that has to stop, and it has to be done in such a way that your team will have to stay a bit compact, a bit resolute whenever they have to defend. One thing that I admire so much about the Chelsea setup today was the fact that anytime they saw the need to go on the counter-attack, they did so with intent, and that was how they scored that goal. In my view, was a proper counter-attacking team goal from the midfield to Madueke to Kopama, and then Jackson just slotted it in. So there are very good things happening with Chelsea, but like I said, it will take them some time to begin to implement, because don't forget they lost in midweek in the Conference League, although they managed to qualify. So it is becoming too unbecoming. But I think Chelsea's season will start after the international break, where players will come back, and then they'll have enough time to work with the manager, and then he can impact whatever he wants to impact onto them. I would have preferred them to have found a way to sign Victor Osimhen, because there is that. I have that feeling that
would have been the X factor for the team.
That would have gotten them into top 4.
Would have been a good buy for them.
I mean, look, Victor Osimhen is a very quality striker, and he probably would have scored a lot of goals for Chelsea. But my issue is Chelsea have a very bad defense, and the problem with that is, without that foundation, I think, Coach, you mentioned this a number of times, if you need to score more than 1 goal, more than 2 goals to win a game, every single game, it's hard to compete. Last year, the reason why Arsenal were able to push City all the way was because they conceded less than 30 goals in the league. Like, you need to be able to build a foundation like that to allow your creative players to flourish. Because, as we can see with Chelsea's situation right now, they are constantly being pegged back by teams. They are unable to dominate games with the players they have in the offense, because their defense is too weak to allow them to, already have like a solid base from which they can build.
And none of their defenders are comfortable playing the ball on their feet.
And it's very strange, given that they've spent so much on defenders. They brought so many defenders in. But even though they've been unlucky with injury, I think Reece James would really uplift this particular defensive setup. I still think that it's on the manager to find a way to organize a back 4, or in fact a back 5, which can give them at least average performance, because you have so many good offensive players who can take them to the next level. But without, at least average level defensive play, it will be very difficult for them to, punch above their weight and be more than the sum of their parts.
Yeah, and if you talk about leadership as well, they are lacking a lot of leadership on the pitch, just generally. Letting Thiago Silva go, Raheem Sterling joining Arsenal, Reece James out with an injury. So it's just a bunch of new Igbali and Todd Bowley recruits out there trying to make things happen. On the part of Crystal Palace, they are also in a new phase as well. Lost Michael Olise. Oliver Glasner is trying to bring his own pieces together. So a lot going on. Let's take a break here on Scorecard. When we come back, we'll get into our game of the week. And that game was at Old Trafford. It was between Manchester United and Liverpool Football Club. We'll get some tactical insights into that game. Stay with us here on Scorecard on Channel 1 TV. We'll be right back.